Last year our guest at the Edinburgh International Film Festival was a guy called George R.R. Martin, who for many years wrote many books on many subjects, crossed into comics, films, this and the next thing. But his latest series became an absolute international phenomenon. And it is our very great privilege to introduce to you two people associated with that phenomenon. We have Josephine Gillen and Pixie.
Hello.
Just supposed to clap at that point. So I'm going to ignore the obvious and not ask about Game of Thrones. Josephine,
Hello.
how did you get started in the entertainment business and the films and all that stuff?
Basically, I saw an advertisement online that said that they're looking for women to do scenes in the brothel that are confident enough. And so I applied for it. I just sent my photo in and the writers said perfect. I didn't have the casting.
Is that right?
Yeah, I just went in and then my debut appearance was so good. I've managed to be in season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5 and I'm still alive.
That sounds like a plan, yes. Pixie, how did you get involved? You've been in a lot of stuff other than Game of Thrones, of course.
Yeah, Game of Thrones was probably my second big thing. First I did The Devil Inside, which is a horror film, and then I was just really lucky they were looking for a contortionist in the UK. And
that's an unusual advert, wanted contortionist.
They found my website. I was so lucky they found my website. There's not many people in the country that do contortion, so there's not much competition. And yeah, I was just really lucky they found me and cast me.
Excellent. How was your experience? You were in Ireland filming.
Yes.
Did you like it?
I love Belfast.
It's
great.
It's a great city.
Yeah.
You've been in the library. The library's an absolutely beautiful building.
No, I don't read books.
Ah, well, there we go.
I've got Irish in me. So.
All right, okay. Where are you from originally?
London.
London, but Irish descent?
Yeah, Irish and Scottish.
So where's your mum and dad from?
My mum is from England, but my dad's from Scotland. He's from Glasgow, Govan.
I'm from Govan, so I'm not biased.
Say no more.
I once said to somebody, don't argue with me, I'm from Govan. And yourself, where are you from?
I'm from Sheffield, but I live in London now.
Okay, why do you live in London? Because it's
for work.
Because it's not as good as Scotland, but it'll do.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's awful stuffy down there, isn't it? I don't know, but of course we're obviously better together. Had you read the books before you got involved in Game of Thrones?
No, I hadn't even heard of the show.
Because you hadn't been at the Belfast Library, so I assumed
hadn't
you hadn't
even heard of the show. I literally said to I was engaged at the time.
All right.
And so to this guy, and I said, oh, I'm applying for this show called Game of Thrones, and he was like, oh, it's amazing. I was like, you've heard of it? He was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't know how big it was or anything like that. But yeah, so I started from season 2.
That's probably the best way, actually, not knowing about it.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue how big it was or anything. And
so the first thing you saw was the script?
No, I met the writers and went to an Eminem concert.
All right, okay. I like Eminem, yeah.
And we all got really wasted. But I left before everybody else because I'm professional.
Oh, that's brilliant. Eminem had a signing session in my old shop one time, and the following week I went in and there was a wee model of Eminem, and I thought, they've shrunk him, what's happened? Are there models of you girls?
No, not yet. We want to be on mugs.
Oh, you've got to be on.
We need to be on mugs, but I don't have any clothes on in my scenes, so it's going to be quite difficult.
I'd buy that mug. Yours would be a pretzel, I suppose.
No, Pixie's mugs will probably look better, I think.
Had you heard of Game of Thrones before you got involved?
It's the same as
you can tell these girls are big sci-fi fans.
I've never heard of Game of Thrones, and yeah, I was not really into that kind of thing when I was, yeah.
So how did you get involved? Did you go to casting or something?
No, I got an email.
They got in touch with you.
Yeah, I got an email through my website, and it said from Game of Thrones, and they were like, oh, do you want to do it? And I was like, maybe, they might be busy. And then I realised what it was. I was like, and I called them back and was like, yeah, I want to do it. Yeah.
Well, it's been an amazing success. But you've been in other movies. How did you get involved in the first movie you were in?
The first one was a horror film, so obviously because of I do a lot of horror because of contortion, exorcism scenes and stuff like that, and then
Lovely day for an exorcism.
and then since Game of Thrones, I've managed to do lots of different kinds of like dramas and more horror films, and I've started doing motion capture now for Andy Serkis, so that's really exciting.
That's right. And I always thought the Exorcist was a bit strange. I mean, the devil makes a girl's head turn backwards, so you go, it must be the devil. We better get a Jesuit in. That'll be the end of him. I mean, it's a simple plot. Do you watch movies yourself? Do you watch television? Do you like?
Yeah, I love horror films.
You love horror films. What's your favourite horror film?
American Horror Stories.
Oh yeah. Okay. Why?
Because it's like the second series is so amazing. The one with the asylum, it does stuff like what Pixie does, like walking down the stairs backwards, like in a crab position, and like all twisted and freaky, and people getting lobotomies. And I just love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's based in Partick. And do you have a favourite horror film?
Well,
just the ones you're in.
It Never Sleeps and The Devil Inside.
Your next one is in post-production, My Feral Heart. When's that coming out?
It Never Sleeps is also, well, it's just been released, and My Feral Heart should be out this year as well, but that's more of a drama about a young man with Down syndrome.
All right.
More of a serious drama.
What company's done it?
It's an indie film.
It's an indie film?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got some quite good people in.
So probably on the cameo? Yeah. Okay. You guys are probably fans of these girls, so I'm just going to open up for some Q&A here. If you just put your hand up, somebody has a mic somewhere and we'll come over to you. Now, I have to put my hand up because there's a light shining in my eyes, but I will see you if you just put your hand up.
Matthew. You're right.
Right, boy down the front there. Where's the mic?
No, I'm just saying hello.
Oh, where's the mic? Nobody's
No
got a mic. Hang on a wee second. Boy with the red shirt on, tie on. Yeah.
No question.
Have you done anything other than Game of Thrones?
No, I haven't. But one of the longest living characters in Game of Thrones, alongside as Peter Dinklage and Emilia Clarke. So done pretty well. Game of Thrones, like people say, "Oh, say no more. You don't need to be anything else." Like.
So what would you like to do after it? You like continue like this?
Yeah, I'd like to stay. I'd like to go to LA and do films out there.
I've heard of LA. It's near Paisley. Yeah.
Well, the writers from Game of Thrones are from LA.
Yeah.
So like, I want to go out there and just as many films as roles as I can get into. Like, there's not that many redhead actresses. Well, they're all older now.
Yeah, that's true.
So they need some fresh meat in the business.
Sounds like a business plan. Jenny Agutter got arrested within 24 hours of moving to LA. She went out for a walk and the cops picked her up and they said there's only one kind of girl who goes for a walk in LA. So anyway.
Oh, well, I probably shouldn't go there.
Don't walk, no.
I probably
don't walk.
shouldn't go.
Get a taxi.
I will get arrested.
Yeah. Probably anyway, but yeah. What would you like to do after Game of Thrones?
I think what I am doing, so loads of different kinds of films. Like I loved it. Like I've done horror and drama and motion capture, so just as many different kinds of characters as possible. Because obviously I was a gymnast before, and Game of Thrones got me into the acting, so it's really challenging and interesting.
You'll need to get into a Marvel film and make 50 million and retire.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think
that's a business plan, isn't it?
50 million's not enough, I don't think.
No. That cocaine habit's very dear.
Yeah.
No denial.
You know.
Would you like to write yourself or direct or anything like that? That's a question a lot of people ask.
Maybe, but for now, I just like doing.
Are you learning about the craft, both
yeah,
of you,
definitely.
as you see things happening?
Definitely, yeah. And I've seen, like, especially in My Feral Heart, there's like some really strong female directors, which I think is great.
Good.
I love to see strong female characters in anything in films and everything.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I like performing, and I really, I really like Marvel films, and I think I'd be a great superhero personally.
And it's great to Stan.
As a gymnast, I think.
Dear Stan was talking to John. He said. And yourself, have you any aspirations to write or thing there, or just wanted people to direct you?
Yeah, I'm really good with direction, taking direction. So you tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Sounds like a plan. I'll move on to another question. There was somebody over there. Yep. Somebody from Star Trek over there. Yep.
Hello, chaps.
Hello, you again.
Me? Don't know you.
Oh yeah.
Very straightforward question. If you could be in any sci-fi show, which one would you be in?
Doctor Who.
Would you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because my cousin's in it.
Oh, your cousin's in it, Karen.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and I love Doctor Who, so it's quite cool. Like,
Karen's a lot taller than you.
Yeah. A hell of a lot taller than me. But Doctor Who's been going on for years, so like, who wouldn't want to be in Doctor Who?
Pretty much everybody's been in Doctor Who,
Yeah, so that's one thing I would like to be in, yeah.
And yourself? You a Doctor Who fan?
Yeah, I'd love to be in Doctor Who as well. But I actually really love Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching Star Trek since I was 2, so I love it, and I'd love to be in it. It'd be amazing.
I think it was Stephen Hawking, and he said the best part of his career was he was in Star Trek briefly. Never mind the history of the universe and all that, break the atom and that. Andy can do that. I had a friend who had on his business card screenwriter and doctor. And I said, isn't that in the wrong order? He says, no, Andy can be a doctor. Any other questions there? I saw somebody with a hand up. Oh, there we are. Yep.
It's really hard to see.
What was it like meeting and working with some of the other actors and actresses from Game of Thrones?
Right, we want you to spill the dirt on some of the actors and actresses.
Peter Dinklage, he's pretty funny, isn't he?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's
really
a laugh,
nice.
like
Such
proper
a
laugh
nice
on
guy.
set. Pod was quite a plain character on set, I think. Daniel Portman. I don't know. I don't really want to bitch about it.
No. We'll get that in the bar later. But the actors, there was a fellow in the Tron Theatre in Glasgow, and the first time I saw him, he was absolutely manic on stage. And then he came into the shop to buy a comic, and you couldn't get a word out of him. Sometimes an actor is just acting. They're not like that
Well,
in
I'll
real
tell you
life.
one thing though. Jon Snow, I met him. Like, I haven't done a scene with him, but I met him in the hair trailer, and he gets his hair dyed black. And then Pixie told me earlier that Sansa Stark actually is a blonde. Blonde.
Yeah, she's really blonde, yeah.
So it's shocking.
I'll need to buy a box of Kleenex.
Hey.
I didn't mean that. I should have
already
spotted
got.
that. How did you get on set?
Everyone was really, really nice, and I think my favourite person to work with was Charles Dance, because he was so funny. He made it so entertaining the whole time. He just constantly made
He was
me
great in
laugh.
Going Postal, the Terry Pratchett thing. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it's terrific.
Yeah, such
He's
a
in
nice
everything,
guy.
isn't
Yes,
he?
he is practical. He was absolutely terrific as a kind of.
But he's exactly the same character as he is like in real life as he is.
Or he's not acting. He's just.
Yeah,
It's
he's just like that.
It's like William Shatner. Yeah.
He's just like, he's pretty blunt and like, he is funny as well. But, like,
In a good way. Then.
yeah. Like, yeah, definitely in a good way.
Yeah, but
He's
he's quite a good villain because he looks dead suave
Yeah, he
and all
looks a
that,
bit
and then he
suave.
just looks at you going, I'm not compromising here.
Yeah, but that's what he's like in real life
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
Oh well, I'll not go out for a pint with him. Yep, guy at the back, yeah.
Good evening. Of all the characters in Game of Thrones, whose weapon impresses you the most?
I think we're talking about army kind of weapons rather than anything else.
I don't know what they're called, but like, it's like, you know, like a round thing with spikes. What's that called? A tungsten. Don't know. Mace. Love the mace.
You're a mace fan.
Some of them are real and some are sponge. So you have to make sure you use the right one.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
And yourself, do you have a favourite weapon? As the actor said to the bishop.
I'm not sure. I mean, in my scene, there weren't really many
There
weapons.
weren't any.
Yeah.
Do you actually watch the show?
Not really. No, I only watch it when I'm in it, and so does Pix.
That sounds like a plan.
I've seen.
So you haven't seen every episode?
I've seen seasons 1 and 2, and I started in 3. So yeah.
Forget about seasons 1 and 2, guys. Rubbish.
Hey, I'm in season 2.
Oh, you in season? Forget about season 1. Let's just go straight into 2. You know, so that'll save you a bit of time. Any other questions there? I saw somebody putting their hands up tentatively.
Gentleman in the back.
Hiya. What do you like most about the characters that you play in the show?
What do you like most?
I love getting naked. That's why I do what I do. And on set, even in rehearsals, I get naked.
Yeah,
and
she really does.
And they all get really like other girls get a bit like, that are quite uncomfortable with their body, get a bit uppity about it, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. It's like, well, actually, I should, because it makes all of the rest of the crew and everyone feel more comfortable for when we do actually shoot. You know? And,
Yeah.
and I love being naked.
Method acting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my most favourite things to do. So.
Okay, I've got that in the notes here. Yeah. And yourself, Pixie?
I mean, she's a contortionist, and she's one of 4 women that can do the Milanese knot, so that's pretty cool.
Is there any other character in the show, if you hadn't got that part, you would like to be?
I would like to have been Roz, but not killed off.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, the checks stopped coming. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't die, so I'm alright.
No, spoiler.
No, I might die. You
Not
never
spoiler.
know. I mean, I'm not dead yet. That's what I mean.
Okay, so we're going to last till next week anyway. Is any other character?
I think definitely Harriet, because she's
Right.
so strong. Yeah.
Just because she's
She's
a
just
strong
a strong female
woman.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Cool. I saw another hand up, but I've forgotten who it was now. Don't be shy. The girls aren't.
I definitely am.
Is there any actors or directors that you'd like to work with one day?
Are there any actors or directors you would like to work with? Apart from Eminem.
Danny Dyer, because he's so gorgeous. So gorgeous.
See that boyfriend you were talking about earlier? I take it he's not in the scene anymore.
No, he was never in the scene.
But he read Game of Thrones.
No, he likes Game of Thrones, yeah, but no, we broke up a long time.
Right, okay, so Danny Dyer's okay.
And I'm single.
Okay. Right, another note. Any actors or directors you would like to work with?
I'd really
Danny
like to
Boyle?
work- Yeah, I would actually. Yeah.
Danny what?
Danny Boyle. He did Trainspotting.
Oh, right, yeah, I know.
Based in Edinburgh, filmed in
I thought you
Glasgow.
meant Frankie.
Sounds like a
I thought you
Saturday
meant
night.
Frankie Boyle?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of swear words in a Frankie Boyle movie,
Frankie Boyle's
probably.
great.
Yeah.
Criminal
He's
Nights.
subtle, yeah. Any actors you would like to work with?
Well, there's so many. It's really hard. But I've just done a film directed by Andy Serkis, and it had
Oh, yeah.
Christian Bale and Benedict Cumberbatch in, so that was very exciting.
I hate name droppers, as I said to Stanley. That sounds good, yeah. So did you like them?
Yeah, they were really, Andy Serkis is
Cool.
amazing director.
Benedict Cumberbatch hasn't had a very successful career. You never hear his name at all. I wish they'd give that man a BAFTA or something. Any other questions there? I saw somebody tentatively putting a hand up, but again, it's very difficult to see in this light. Come on, don't be shy. Oh, there we go.
What's your favourite episodes?
That's a good question. What's your favourite episodes?
Season 4, episode, what episode am I in?
The one she's in.
What, episode 1? No, it's not 1, it's 2. No, you're in episode 2. I'm in episode 1 and 3. Oh, I can't remember. So anyway, the one where I put my leg over my head, Nick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, obviously.
My favourite episodes.
Because it was the deep three-dimensional character stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a really fun shoot to do, like, and yeah, Charles Dancy was there as well, so.
And you're cooking with gas, yeah.
Yeah, it's all fun.
And your favourite episode would be episode 2 in season 4, because you're in it.
Season 3, episode 3.
Yeah.
Season 3, episode 3.
Well, we did together.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay, cool. Oh, we're saving you guys a lot of time. You don't need to buy half the episodes. You just go to the ones there and that's it, sorted. Again, I saw somebody putting their hand up, but there we are.
Cheeky question, and I do apologise for it. But when you do your scenes in the series of Game of Thrones, I know usually the actors obviously have loads of dialogue. What do you find yourself thinking about when you do these scenes? You know, I mean, I'm trying to imagine myself doing a scene like that, and I would probably be really immature and giggle all the time. What do you think about when you do a scene like that?
Charles dance.
Well, no, when I did the scene with Pixie, all I could think about was Pixie. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult on set when everyone's walking around with half clothes on, but it's really distracting. There's like not much
else. It would
else.
Distract me.
You can't think about anything else other than what's in front of you, and it's really nice. I was remember the day when we were filming, I couldn't even talk. She kept putting her bum on her head and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, not a lot of people do put their bum on their head.
Exactly, so like it's...
Except Tony Blair. I forgot what the question was. Alright, what do you think about when you're doing things?
In Game of Thrones.
Do you just get in the zone?
I think in Game of Thrones, for me, I'm concentrating so hard on what I'm doing. I've got to really concentrate on like balance and breathing and stuff like that. So, yeah.
She's not really looking at everyone's nakedness or...
No, right. Oh well, I would be. So there you are. Any other questions? Yep, guy in the white there. And I think there's somebody up the back later.
It's just to ask about the Andy Serkis. It's the Jungle Book, I take it. The motion capture.
Oh right, yeah, it is.
What was it like doing the whole motion capture process?
It's really interesting to see yourself, obviously, as something that doesn't look like you at all. So that's really different.
And all those wee dots and things.
Yeah, so you're in the suit. It's really, really uncomfortable. You get really hot. You can't. It's really like a mission to go to the toilet, and it's just, by the end of the day you stink. But it's really.
I think I'll stay off that set.
It's so interesting.
I prefer her sets.
To see the results, it's so interesting to see like a character that kind of looks like you, but is a different species.
And is moving like you and everything.
Yeah, it's moving like you, kind of looks like you, but isn't. Yeah, it's really, really different. And obviously, it's great for me as someone who's really physical to be able to use my body to do really make a really interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there was somebody up to the right there. Yep.
Hello.
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 Are there any actors that you get on with better, more so than others off screen?
Off screen, do you get on with any particular actors? Do you socialise with these guys? Or?
Me and Pixie hang out quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But no, nobody else.
Oh. Pixie, when you're not hanging out with Ishin, do you hang out with anybody?
Yeah, I mean, I was on Get Your Act Together in February, and I had to teach Roxy Shady from Emmerdale contortion, so like we're really close now. And I think
Emmerdale?
Yeah.
So what episode of Emmerdale is this going to be in?
No, I was on a TV show.
Is this another plane crash?
Called Get Your Act Together, where I taught like you have to teach someone like a soap style contortion. So I was teaching her. So now we're really.
So I don't need to watch Emmerdale. It's not on it. No.
No. But like I think from everything I do, from every film, I always, because you get so close, because you're working such long hours with someone and doing something so intimate. Yeah, so you meet loads of people.
I think a lot of the guys in Lord of the Rings, because they were there for so long, are quite pally.
Yeah, it happens on films especially.
3 years worth of their lives,
Yeah, you became friends with the Down syndrome boy on My Favourite Heart as well. Yeah. You go to his house and stuff.
Yeah, you might.
Not like that.
No. Moving on. There was another question. Was it on the left there? No, we're all too shy. What are your ambitions for later years? What would you like to do most, Pixie?
I think what I'm doing now is what I want to do. Like more and more film and TV. There's loads of stuff comes up and it's just going in the direction I want it to go in. So hopefully it just gets better and bigger and then I don't know when I'm obviously not going to be able to sit on my own head forever. So I don't.
Possibly not.
So I'll probably stop doing that and, I don't know, maybe do more film and direct or something, I don't know.
Cool, cool. And yourself, your ambitions for the far future as opposed to the near future?
More naked acting.
More naked acting? Oh, I like that idea.
I want to get naked roles like in films in America so I can be the British actress in America. Do you know what I mean?
You could do maybe Lady Macbeth naked or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Actually, an idea there.
Well, they could make a whole film with everyone naked.
I think some people suit being naked, and some people you really want to have clothes on.
Yeah, definitely. Like, oh my god, in Game of Thrones, some people you really just feel sick. Like, you have to look the other way.
We'll get that information. We'll get that information in the pub. Yep, another question over here.
Hi. You said you were working for motion capture, which involves a lot of more suit and green screening, and I was wondering what sets you preferred working on when they had everything built, or when you're in the studios, working in a totally different environment. Which one do you prefer?
I think I definitely prefer being on locations to get into characters. It's much easier than working with a load of people that look the same in these suits. So yeah, I definitely prefer, you feel more like it's real. So it's much more difficult doing motion capture, definitely. But it's really exciting to see the results and it's really rewarding in the end. So yeah.
Would you be comfortable doing motion capture for animation and things like that?
I don't know. I mean, if they painted me.
Alright, yeah.
So that was my clothes, and yeah.
Okay, like that character in X-Men.
Yeah, like when they do those conventions as well, like when people are naked but with paint all over them, I'll do that. But
sticking a suit on with wee dots on it doesn't appeal to you?
No, I want to be free. I just want to run around, do star jumps.
Okay, well you're in the right city.
I do it on set. I do star jumps. There's children here, sorry.
Pub later. Any final questions?
Which pub?
Yeah, which pub?
Now there's a good question. I'm going to the Pear Tree.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's where Robert Burns first came to Edinburgh and got all his work published.
John.
It's also a great pub.
John, it's the Pear Tree and Blind Poet on West Nicholson Street. Sorry, you can't remember the software.
I can't hear you at all.
The Pear Tree and Blind Poet on West Nicholson Street.
What?
The Pear Tree and Blind Poet on West Nicholson Street.
Yes, indeed. That's where we're going. The Blind Poet was Thomas Blacklock who invited Burns to Edinburgh.
Is that where we're going later?
That's where we're going later.
Oh, wicked.
I think we've got to keep our clothes on for a wee while, but
well, you have to, just for a little bit.
aye, just till the second pint. He's his camera out.
That guy just fell on the floor with laughter.
Now,
is he alright?
yeah, he's been high all day. Somebody gave him a Frank Whiteley picture earlier and he couldn't handle it. So anyway, how we thought we'd end up was that Pixie had suggested you might like to see a bit of contortion.
Yeah.
Hands up if you do.
Put your hand up, come on.
Oh, aye, yeah. So, what do you think? Is this safe enough?
I think this one's probably better, Pixie. Do you want this one?
Really?
It's,
I can definitely do a little bit. Are they different?
Feel this one, look. It's really sturdy.
Is that one sturdy?
That must be the same.
No, it's not. Look.
No, actually, I think she's right.
Really? Okay. I'll do a little bit.
Oh, no, I'm right, look. Pixie, come.
Yeah, you're right.
See, I told you I'm right.
I was going to do it, but I don't like to show off.
This is what I mean, I'm set. How can you not get strapped? Like, how can you think anything else?
I'm not thinking it now. That was Saturday Night in Govan by Pixie Lynott. You've been a wonderful audience, and these are two very special guests. Please give them a great Edinburgh welcome.
Thank you very much. We love you, Edinburgh.